Thanks Michael and Joe from the studio. I'm Phyllis and I'm going to interview the CEO of the Starbucks, Schultz. Hi, I'm Phyllis. Welcome to our show. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Schultz.
Okay, please sit down. Starbucks is 43 years old in this year, and you have over 20,000 stores and more than 182,000 employees. There are over 16 million people in more than 50 countries that pass through the doors of Starbucks every week. That number was amazing. You have annual revenues of more than $13 billion. Starbucks has an extraordinary history, so what do you think about your success today?
When I was young, growing up in the projects of Brooklyn, my father got hurt and had a cast from his hip to his ankle. This is when I first realized the fracturing of the American dream. Now, at 7 years old, I didn't realize that I would be running a company like Starbucks. But I wanted to make sure when I got my MBA degree from Harvard that I would be able to share the success with everybody. The success of Starbucks, even though we're primarily a coffee company, is based on the human experience, the human condition, and the cultural values that we use as guidelines. That's the focus of Starbucks, and I believe that's what's made us successful.
From the 10K, it can be seen that the plant, property, and equipment account has sustained a growth rate of 20% in 2013. This conveys that Starbucks is expanding its operating scale and is aggressively adding long-term assets. At the end of last fiscal year, Starbucks had more than 10,000 company-operated stores and 9,000 licensed stores. And it can be seen that company-operated stores accounted for almost 80% of total net revenues during fiscal 2013. So what can you say about your expansion?
Well, in 2013, our total net revenues were $14 billion. That's an increase of over 12% over 2012. This is primarily due to an increase from company-operated stores. The increase in company-operated store revenue was driven by an increase in store sales and additional store openings. We opened over 492 new stores in the United States, and this caused our revenue to increase by 10%. We also opened more than 150 new company-operated stores and 300 licensed stores in China and the Asia-Pacific region. So our revenue increased there by almost 170 million.
We know Starbucks Coffee Company and the Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, which is a leader in specialty coffee and coffee makers, signed an agreement that provides for the expansion of their successful partnership for the manufacturing, marketing, distribution, and the sales of Starbucks and the Tazo branded single-serve packs. So any other plans for 2014?
We plan to further increase our growth in 2014, with management anticipating to spend over $1.2 billion in capital expenditures. This will consist of primarily a few key operation expanding activities. We will also expand our technology systems in stores and for a more streamlined service, while also adding more support infrastructure. Finally, we'll also focus on additional investments in manufacturing in order to bring costs down and increase our profit.
Thank you for your time to join our show.
Yeah, anytime. I'm always glad to be a guest on this show.
Let's go back to the studio.